Hi, welcome to the BP Loading Lab and Load of the Week. Just remember that Load of the Week is always available at ballisticproducts.com. Just go to our homepage, click on the Reloading Curmudgeon icon, and it takes you right there. And that's where you're going to find all the data and everything that we're doing back here. Today we're going to show you how we do it though, okay? Now, this week, maybe you saw on some of our socials some pictures of the new products. We got some exciting new products in from our friends in Anoka, Minnesota. Federal Top Gun hulls, new primed. And these come with the Federal 209A primer. They're unskived, but I've been crimping them on my OMV Smart Box and actually loading some of the once fires in Mech Size Master over here. And we're going to show you both today because I got a couple things I want to show you about these hulls because we've never gotten these before and we're kind of excited about them. And I'm kind of excited about this pearl blue tube on here. I think that's really good looking. And, you know, if you can't load a pretty shell, what's the point in loading anyway, right? So we're working again with Vectan powders. And you'll see the loads on Load of the Week are with AS. AS is a very fast burn rate powder, very good with those light target loads, 7/8 ounce, 1 ounce. We start getting limitations at 1 1/8 ounce, and that's where we want to move to A1 for some of the higher velocity 1 1/8 ounce loads. So we've got a couple variations there, and you can see this powder. This is the A1 I'm working with here. Those big green flakes, so nice to work with, and you can get very exacting drops with that. So here's what I'm doing. This load, again, is a variation. We're going into the Top Gun hull, pre-primed. This load, and I got a comment recently, guys, saying we need some loads with newer powders with the DX12 wad. And this has always been one of my favorite wads. It's so artful. It performs well as a spreader wad, which is always a secret weapon in some of those double shots in sporting clays or even light field loads for flushing birds. I just love it. So I'm just going to push that in there. I'm working also with nickel-plated number 7.5. We just got a new shipment of nickel-plated shot, so that's back in stock, thank goodness. Right there. Overshot card. There she is, ready to crimp. Over to the Smart Box. There's our pre-crimp. I could probably go a little bit deeper on that. Just going by feel right now. I'm an artist. All right, there she is. Rabasatory action. Little oil on it. And I kind of go by the hum on there. Give it a little bit more. All right. I got a little hole in the top of that one, not bad, but good enough for the lab today. Now, I also want to show you, there's talk about the Top Gun hull. Yeah, it's a lower end target hull from Federal. But for this purpose, for target loads, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It has pretty sturdy, thick plastic on it. Very thin metal head. And they don't last forever because they're meant to generate pressure quickly. A lot like the design of the AA hull. The focus taper in those hulls was meant to minimize the use of powders to get a lot of pressure generated quickly. Ammunition factories can use less powder that way. When you're loading millions and millions of shells every year, that's a lot of money saved, and accountants figure that out. So they design hulls made for target loads. This is one of those hulls. So they may not last as long as other hulls, but I've reloaded a few and ran them through the lab, and you can even see where, if Riley can pick this up, that's where the transducer mark is. can see it on here. It's like a little pimple on there. And that usually weakens the hull tremendously. But I wanted to run a few of these through and see how far I can take them. Because I'm going to reload these and shoot them at the range maybe a couple times. But we're human beings. You know, we can tell when things are going wrong in a hull. And we talk about this in our manuals, especially advantages, and what to look for. And it's very tough to find pressure signs in hulls, but it's pretty easy to tell when they're breaking down, okay? And we'll see that in frayed crimps or holes up here. But this one, we can definitely see this brass swelling down here. And I've been shooting relatively low pressure loads in the lab, but we got an issue down there somewhere on the base wad. Something leaked, I don't know. But it's no good anymore. So you know what you do when it's no good? You throw it away. That's what you do. So these are once fired, so I kind of start these out. I'm going to have to get some more powder here. Excuse me a second. In with the A1. And with these DX12, since they got that X spreader on the top, they don't really like the mech rammer tube, unless you get the steel rammer tube, which fits right around it, okay? But again, we're human beings. We use tools. That's what we do. 1 1/8.
You want to show us what it looks like inside?
I do. That's a good one. Here's with that pretty nickel-plated 7.5. And you're probably not going to use nickel-plated shot for a lot of target shooting, but you can, you know. I might use these for some grouse loads or something in the fall. All right, so we got the overshot card in there, and this is a 6-point crimp. I got my 8-point in there, so I'm just going to run this one through the smart box here. This is 6-point, and I just line up this line with the line on the crimp. Boop. Beautiful. And back to the spinning crimp head. Look at that. Hard to tell the difference between the new prime that I just loaded and the once fired. Yeah, and you can see there's a little mark from the transducer from the lab in there too. So I'm going to shoot that again on there. All right. So when I have the 8-point crimp, I've just been starting them out on my mech size master here. Pre-crimp, final crimp, and then I finish off with the OMV crimp head on the smart box. Okay, over to the mech size master for the previously fired 8-star crimp. I'll give it a couple. And I don't want that to be perfect because I want to leave. Oh, that came out kind of ugly. All right, well, we'll try and see what we can do with the smart box. And look at that. It actually recovered from that. Not the prettiest one you'll ever see, but we'll see how she does in the lab. And that's the beauty of the smart box. So that's the way we do it. And we hope you enjoyed Load of the Week this week. Let us know if you got any ideas coming up. We'd love to hear them. Take care.